Hello, everyone. Welcome to our 5th Fun, Food, and Fashion Show. My name is Mandy Hayes, and I'm the coordinator with Retired and Senior Volunteer Program, or we're better known as RSVP. This is the largest fundraising event for our programs. We give 2 $1,000 scholarships to a high school student in Montgomery County or the city of Bradford each year. We have programs for our veterans and active military, and we provide programs for our nursing home and assisted living residents. We all hope that you've enjoyed the luncheon today, as 75 RSVP volunteers prepared these salads and desserts for you. I'd like to take this time to thank Ms. Margie Vitale, to my right here, for organizing the luncheon, and to St. Paul United Methodist Church for the use of their facility once again, 5 years now. So let's give everyone a applause. As we have said before, we all hope that you haven't already done so, that you'll please visit our silent auction and jewelry sale. We will have an intermission during the show, which will last for 20 minutes. So you can take advantage of this time, and we will call out the winners of the silent auction directly after the show, okay? So many thanks to the 35 generous volunteers that donated the items in the sale and some of the jewelry that's for sale back there. Today, our models will highlight clothing from McKee, which is an acronym for Montgomery County Emergency Assistance Program. This includes the thrift store in Christiansburg, the Blacksburg Clothing Bank. We are also highlighting clothing from the Humane Society Second Time Around store and the Radford Clothing Bank. After searching online, I'd like to share the results that I found when I Googled 10 reasons why thrift stores are awesome. Number 1, as a parent or grandparent, there's no better way to dress growing kids than by going to a thrift store. Number 2, because thrift store items are so cheap, it's fun to experiment with styles and colors that you may not usually buy. Number 3, thrift store items are typically higher quality simply by virtue of just being there. Clothes at the thrift stores are always laundered before selling, so you'll get the same fit after washing them yourself. Number 5, thrift stores are an opportunity to develop your own unique sense of style. Number 6, there really are fabulous finds on all the racks at the thrift store. Number 7, there are no hovering salespeople waiting to make a commission off of your sale. Number 8, thrift stores go beyond clothing. They offer home furnishings and much more. Number 9, shopping at thrift stores leads to less hoarding. Because there's a smaller financial investment, it's not as hard to let the items go. And number 10, many thrift stores support our community, and that's what it's all about, folks. So by shopping at the highlighted stores today, you're investing in the programs that support Montgomery County, City of Bradford, and programs that help our animals. We couldn't make this happen without the donations and support of our local businesses. Innovation Salon, Meredith Salon, Kroger of Christiansburg, Wade's of Christiansburg, and Walmart. So many thanks to Tammy, Dawn, Ashley, and Lucia. Where are you, girls? Thank you so much for taking away time from your busy schedules to make us all beautiful today. And also, time to visit the thrift stores and clothing banks that are listed in your program today. I know that our program assistant, Ava Stillwell, Ava's in the back, and I both did. And my dress was purchased at the McKee thrift store in North for $7, and Miss Ava's was $8 at McKee thrift store. I'd like to introduce our escorts to my left, Larry Lindsay and Chris Reinhardt. Larry is the director of the Montgomery County Department of Social Services, and Chris is the vice president of Union Investment Services, a financial advisor, and the chairman of the RSVP Advisory Council. Let's give these gentlemen a round. I'd also like to recognize our stage managers, Dina Flincham and Sally Anna Stapleton, who will not be introduced until after the show. Also, music is being provided today by Joe Vitale, and photos and video are courtesy of Montgomery County Public Information. Let's thank these guys. We have 18 gorgeous, handsome, and brave models for you today. They will be showcasing the fashionable and affordable styles. I'd like to thank Ms. Shirley Peterson, who is sitting right in front of me, our fashion show coordinator and stage director, for taking time to ensure that each model has the perfect outfit and accessories. Thank you so much, Shirley. So it's now time to sit back and enjoy the show. I'd like to introduce Phil Pappas and Matt Nottingham, who will serve as our MCs today. Phil is a retired architect and RSVP volunteer. He has volunteered with McKee for over 30 years and served as its president for 10 years. Matt is a retired portfolio manager who decided to move to the mountains to raise goats and veggies. He serves the community as the manager of the McKee Blacksburg Clothing Bank and McKee board member. Let's welcome Bill and Matt.
Well, thank you, Mandy. For some reason, I was asked to do this one more time this year, and I agreed to do it. If you recall, last time, I was co-emceeing with Shirley Peterson, the fashion guru, and every time I got into trouble, which was quite a few times, she would always help me out. Well, it wasn't until later that I found that she would not be an MC this year, and Matt was going to be the co-MC. But everybody told me, don't worry, don't panic, Matt's will do fine, he'll help you. Well now, you know, Matt's a very nice person. But I was sitting there thinking, I said, what does a guy that raises goats know about fashion?
Phil, I dress up all of my goats in the latest fashion for pictures on YouTube and Facebook, so I'm well known across the internet.
I wish I'd have known about that earlier, because that really makes me feel good today.
All right, well, now that Phil is satisfied, why don't we get this show on the road, right? Are you all ready for some fun? Elegance, above all great fashion, let's get the runway started. Our first model is Mary Atkins. Mary volunteers at the McKee Christiansburg thrift store. She also volunteers at bluegrass concerts at the MRC stage. Mary loves to travel and enjoys meeting new people.
All right, Mary looks great in her black and gold decor top, black slacks, a black and beige Asian embroidery jacket, and black shoes. The outfit is accented with beige and gold jewelry. All of this was purchased at the McKee thrift store in Christiansburg for $20.
for 20 years, Mary worked for Aflac Insurance. She loves retirement, but misses being that Aflac duck. Okay, that was the Aflac duck saying, Mary, please come back, feed us, feed us. Technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Aflac duck is not up for this fashion show, I'm sorry.
He died.
He only does good in commercials, this ad-lib stuff doesn't work. All right, our next model is Joan Grayson. There's our graceful Joan. She volunteers at the McKeith Blacksburg Clothing Shop. She has volunteered there for over 15 years. Joan brings her fashion expertise from her work at department stores, and her taste stands out here once again.
And Joan looks terrific, as you can see, in her two-piece silvery coat outfit. The top is crochet embroidery with a pleated skirt. They were all purchased at the McKeith Clothing Bank in Blacksburg for a whopping $5.
She looks lovely, doesn't she, ladies? Our next model is Fran West. Here comes Fran in a pretty suit. Fran acts as the local taxi driver for her neighbors at Warmhearth, but her real service is as valet to her cab, opening and closing doors for Her Majesty's every whim.
Okay, Fran is wearing another great outfit, a two-piece pink suit with coordinating scarf and jewelry, and the flower in her hair adds a little more pizzazz to the outfit. And they were purchased at second time around, listen to this, $3.
Throughout this area, we're really blessed to have this wonderful clothing items that you've already seen here. Generous donors, please, even if you don't shop at the thrift stores, use your older clothing you want to move on, donate it to our thrift stores. Thank you so much, Fran. Well, next up is our model, Esther Brand. Our Virginia Tech Chemistry Department retiree is looking smart in this outfit. Esther volunteers at the McKeith Christiansburg store.
Right, Esther does look sharp in her orange crop pants, light sheer orange and beige blouse with a beige undershell. And I didn't even ask what that was. Also wearing strappy beige heels and accented with coordinating jewelry. All purchased at the McKeith Thrift Store in Christiansburg for a total of $9.
Phil, you need to up your game a little bit with using the term beige. In the fashion world, we like to say a crew. So, a crew. A crew. Okay, he's on board.
So she'll go somewhere then.
We'll fit them in anything, trust me. And sometimes they eat their own clothing, that's right. As you can see already, we have quite a variety at our thrift stores. So let's move on to our next model, Samantha Lilly. Here's our youthful Samantha, now a junior at Radford High School. Samantha volunteers at the Radford Clothing Bank and also volunteers at the Rock Club and Child Care and Day Care Center in Radford. Samantha took off school today to help us in the fashion show.
I'm sure she's upset about that. Samantha's wearing an ideal outfit for the summer heat. A black spaghetti strap, sundress, and sandals. All purchased at the Radford Clothing Bank. For less than you can get a drink at McDonald's. $1.
And I think Samantha really shows off the fact that you can buy clothing for all ages at the thrift store, where you typically have a mother coming in buying for the kids or a grandmother for the grandkids. All right. Well, our next model is Tommy Susano. Tommy. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but Tommy is a very late riser. Tommy.
Well, as usual, Tommy is late. In fact, he appears to be just getting up. But he still looks great in his blue and plaid pajamas and slippers. And I see he still sleeps with his teddy bear. There's not boys, is it, Tony? Careful now. Tommy, we have children in the audience, so I just watch what you're doing. Oh, I get in there. As usual, early in the morning, he slips into his running attire, his black shirt and shorts and colorful running shoes. And both of these outfits were purchased at the McKee thrift store in Seaburg for $14. I must admit though, if Tommy took off one more layoff, I think there would be a stampede for the exits. And I would be leading the charge.
Our next model is Joe Orgy. Our statuesque beauty is a volunteer with the McKee Christiansburg store. Joe also volunteers at the Women's Resource Center, the Radford University, an African nonprofit organization. This busy lady is a personal baker, enjoys traveling, and spending time with her 4 daughters.
Well, Jo looks elegant in her orange sleeveless dress with a purple velvet jacket by Loft and purple shoes by Jessica Simpson. They were purchased at the McKee store in Christiansburg. Total outfit was $20. I wonder what's going to happen when Jessica finds her shoes, Mr. Engineer.
I think Jessica is going to be awfully jealous when she sees how good Joe looks. Thank you, Joe. You look great out there. Our next model is Martha Shelton. Here comes the fair lady Martha, who back in the 60s was working in the dining halls when 10 guys at one table asked her out in unison. 6 showed up that night. My question is, what's wrong with the other 4 guys?
Well, as you can see, Martha brings back those memories of the 60s in her hippie-style outfit, a burnt sienna colored dress, accented with a flashy dinner ring, a macrame necklace and flowers in her hair. A dress was purchased at the Radford Clothing Bank. Here we go again, $1.
Martha is one of the leaders at the Radford Clothing Bank. The Radford Clothing Bank provides vouchers for its qualifying members and is also open to the general public. 2 weeks ago, the Radford Clothing Bank gave $75 vouchers for new clothes at Walmart for their members for back to school. So another innovative way our thrift stores work in the area. Our next model is Susan Miller. This busy lady got all of her energy from her professional career as a health and physical education guru in Montgomery County in the state of Virginia.
Susan is wearing a bright two-piece scallop design pantsuit. Both the top and the pants are turquoise linen with an accessory scarf. They were all purchased at the McKeep store in Christiansburg for $7. That's more. She's also wearing either a shrimp or a shrunk earrings, which are still for sale at the McKeep store for $2. So you better run out and get them quick.
Susan is the current president of McKeep. McKeep provides food, clothing, and financial assistance to meet the immediate emergency and temporary needs of our low-income families in Montgomery County. McKeep funding is from private sources, such as individuals and church donations, and of course our Christiansburg and Blacksburg thrift stores. Thank you, Susan, for all your service. All right, our next model is Peggy Brugger. Peggy is ready for fall and ready to travel. She enjoys visiting her grandchildren in such exotic places like China, India, and Iowa. Peggy also volunteers with the church and even went on a mission trip to the London Olympics. She could have gone to Rio this year, but wouldn't have missed the fashion show for anything.
Well, autumn is just around the corner, and Peg is wearing a beautiful outfit for that time of year, with its shades of brown, orange, and yellow. A gold and brown mock wrap-around skirt with a brown square neck, three-quarter sleeve top. All purchased at the McKeep store in Clothing Bank in Blacksburg for $3. We're going to be taking an intermission here, 20 minutes, and the reason is that we're going to draw for the 50-50 raffle. And if you've not already participated, I think you should do it. It only costs $1, and you make it half of the pot, which I think now stands at something like $20,000. Or close to it. Okay, this pot is $103, but it's a better deal than the stock.
For an architect, you're not very good at math, are you?
Not really. That's why I went an extra year.
All right, we're going to get our show started back up again. Welcome back. We hope you had a great shopping experience and enjoyed jewelry store. We'll be announcing the silent auction winners at the end of the show. And now let's get back to our models. To start the show off again, our next model is Sharon Shep. Here's our elegant looking lady. Sharon is active in her Lutheran church and also volunteers at the Christiansburg store.
Well, Sharon looks elegant here in her white pants with a pink and white striped top and a green and pink print jacket baloche, all accented with a white beads necklace, and all purchased at the thrift store in Christiansburg for a total of $10. Another outfit with a terrific price.
Sharon came to Virginia in 1977. Her and her husband have been an integral part of Virginia Tech community and Montgomery County. Our next model is Sue Clausen-Wicker. There's her down on the beach. This year, Sue and her cousins have been motivated to get out in their swimsuits after their younger generation cousin made the cover of this year's Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition.
Well, this shouldn't take long. This outfit that Sue's wearing is a one-piece black swimsuit, and she is carrying a Georgia O'Keeffe design beach towel, and including a black and brown hat, and sparkling flip-flops with matching toenails. Now, all of the items were purchased, except for the toenails, were purchased at the Blacksburg Holy Bank, and they were for $2.
Well, Sue is active in her life as her active swimwear. She volunteers at the Lyric Theater, My Neighborhood Fruit Harvest, and the Keith Blacksburg Clothing Shop. She's also an active freelance writer in the NRB. Let's hear it for the brave Sue. Doesn't she look great, everybody? Our next model is Dot Finch. Dot is runway ready in this outfit. Dot is a regular visitor to nursing homes, performing in music groups to entertain guests. Dot also takes care of the local feral cats and is very active at Trinity Baptist Church in Animal Hope Lines.
Dot's outfit is a black jacket and skirt with white piping with black small heel shoes at the end of her feet. They were purchased at the McKee thrift store in Christiansburg for a total of $8. You know, when I first saw this, I said, this is an ideal outfit for dining out, particularly if you're a sloppy eater. You can drip white sauce on your clothes and people would just think it's wall piping.
I'm glad, Bill, that you finally picked up a fashion tip there. Thank you, Donnie. It was wonderful. Our next model is Sierra Lilly. Here's another one of our lovely Radford High School students. Sierra is a freshman cheerleader at Radford High School, urging the Bobcats on to another win.
Sierra is wearing another perfect outfit for the summer heat. a sundress with yellow roses and sandals, purchased at the Red Clothing Bank. And can you think of a better way to spend $1? That's what the sentiment cost.
All right, let's hear it for our Wildcat freshmen. Well, our next model is Mary Ford. You'll all be jealous of how great Mary looks in this outfit. Mary enjoys flatfoot dancing, a legacy passed down from her parents.
Mary looks like she's dressed for a party with this two-piece black cocktail suit with silver strap shoes and matching silver purse, which I see she is not carrying. But if she had one, I think it would look great with that outfit. You could probably find one at the thrift store. This is my outfit, that's the purse. It is purchased at the thrift store in Seaburg for $15.
Well, Mary volunteers at the Christiansburg thrift store. And all of our thrift stores, we're starting to put in our fall and winter outfits. So your ladies can be ready for all your elegant affairs. All right, our next model is Fred Brewer. Fred volunteers for the McKeith Blacksburg clothing shop. But what he'd really like to do is impersonate Virginia Tech basketball coaches. Fred's basketball career was tragically cut short his freshman year when the coach cut him for missing a layup. He's been riding behind bleachers ever since.
Well, Fred is the ultimate Hokie fan in his Hokie basketball sweats. The outfit, including the ball, is all purchased at the clothing bank in Blacksburg for $3. You could buy popcorn at the game for $3. And Fred, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but I think your days of dunking the ball are over. In fact, I'm not sure you're going to even hit fast breaks either.
Yeah, but Fred, he picks up all the clothing from the local yard sales and puts it in our clothing bins, and he's really a strong guy. Fred, show us your guns there. All right. All right, Fred is just wearing another example of, we live in a great area with lots of Hokie fans, so if you've got your own Hokie fan, there's always great donations from the thrift stores. All right, unfortunately, our next model listed, Betty Gerard, cannot be here due to a family emergency. We hope the best for her situation. Well, our next model is Margie Vitale. There's the ever elegant Margie. We all know Margie is the heart and soul of the McKeith Christiansburg thrift store, but she doesn't stop there. Also an active volunteer for RSVP, Women's Resource Center, and the Montgomery County Christmas Store.
Well, here she is, the Energizer Bunny. Margie's wearing a long sand beige sundress decorated with aqua peacocks. And her peacock earrings are still for sale at the McKeith thrift store. And the outfit was $6, so you better run out and get those earrings.
Margie would like to thank the managers, producers, cameramen, and makeup artists that made today's event possible. Let's have a round of applause for all the Margie does. Well, it looks like our models are having so much fun that I think I'll take my turn up on stage.
I knew he was such a hand that he couldn't resist doing this. But I gotta admit, he does look great, and it's a black corduroy jacket with a burgundy flowing button-down shirt and a black fedora from Stetson. The entire outfit purchased at the Blacksburg clothing bank for $10.50. I gotta admit, Matt doesn't look bad for a coat farmer. I just wonder how many fedoras your goats have eaten.
All right, well, I want to really thank you, audience. You've really energized us models today. We really appreciate it. I want you to give everybody one more chance to take a look at our models. Urge them on here. The old-fashioned you get. All right. One more turn. There's the shy and humble graduate guy. All right, well, here's your 2016 Fashion Show models. All right, none of this could have happened without our creative director, who's been putting these shows together, making us models actually look good, because obviously none of us are professional models. I want to invite up here Shirley Peterson.
Just going to borrow this mic for a minute. My name might be up here, but it takes so many people, so many volunteers to put the show together. So, and a lot of them you don't get to see. I'm getting older, so I have to have a cheat sheet here. I want to bring out the stage directors. Dina Flincham. Please come out, and Sally Stapleton. I also want to bring out Joe Vitale. Joe, up here, Joe. Joe has been doing this ever since we started. This is our 5th show. He does all the music and the sound. So without these 3 people that you never get to see, the show would not be as good as it is, really. Means a lot to me. Thank you. Hang on, I'm not going to keep this microphone too long. I thought Margie and I, after our last fashion show, thought it might be a little interesting to get a masculine idea about fashion. So we put our heads together, tried to find the most handsome, eligible, nice guys that we could think of. So we're very happy with these 2 guys. We think it was wonderful that they took a plunge and explained fashion to all you women. How do you think they did? Thank you guys. We love you too. Wonderful. They were a little hard. We had to give them a little push. But the next person I want standing beside me, as always, is Margie. We've done these. This is our Margie. We've done this 5 times now, and we've worked together. I don't think we've ever had an argument, which is funny because I'm kind of the goofy one. She's the nice one. But I want to thank all of you for being here. It means a lot to us. This is a wonderful, wonderful organization that we represent, RSVP. I love it. We do a lot of good throughout the community.
I'm going to borrow the mic for a minute. I'm sure not many of you know that this is probably going to be Shirley's last fashion show with us. She'll be moving back to her beloved Florida, and we're going to lose her forever.
sit back now, and then we're, all of you, I'm sure, are excited about hearing our results of our silent auction.